Well, this 4th of July, of course, America is celebrating its 250th birthday. And although Cincinnati was not settled until more than a decade later, the origins of our country's history have been locked away here in Cincinnati for centuries. WLWT News 5 morning anchor Kelly Rippin takes us back in time for an exclusive first look unlocking the vaults of history.
On July 4th of 1776, 12 of the 13 colonies had approved the language of the Declaration of Independence. So John Hancock had a copy of the Declaration printed on a common press. Late on July 9th, the New York delegation approved the Declaration, sent their own copy to John Holt in New York City, and had 500 copies printed in what's called a broadside, essentially a flyer to share the news. Thus, the beginning of the United States as a sovereign nation. Only 5 known copies of the Holt broadside remain. So how did one end up here? It's a very Cincinnati story.
A guess is that it was folded along these original fold lines. It was maybe put into a pocket, somebody's satchel, or in between pages of a book.
And it was brought here from the Northeast by a man named Richard Fosdick in 1810. Known as Cincinnati's first meat packer and the person who laid the groundwork for the city to be known as Porkopolis. Fosdick's family donated many of his documents. For decades, this copy of the Declaration of Independence was cataloged at the Cincinnati Museum Center, locked away in an undisclosed location. Until 2010, when a curator realized what was hidden in plain sight.
This is a very rare printing and a very special printing.
Aren't you waiting for it to talk back?
The lettering at the top of the page making this print different than those that came before and after.
This top section of the broadside is the resolution that New York approved on July 9th. That's why it's dated up here in the right corner.
A document that is not only 250 years old, it's actually older than the handwritten Declaration of Independence we all think of today.
And there's only 5 of these Holt broadsides that still exist today.
Ann Kling has worked at the Museum Center for 35 years, and while she hesitates to pick a favorite piece in the extensive collection, there is no doubt this is up there.
But to really see history up close, it's just really cool.
We are looking at an inclusion in the paper stock itself.
Now, broadsides were meant to share information, not necessarily be saved.
This ephemeral piece certainly was not meant to last, but how lucky we are that it's here.
Laura Moeller works as a conservator in the city and was called to treat the piece before it goes out on display.
It is not every day that you get a call about a copy of the Declaration of Independence.
She carefully examines the paper, the ink, the imperfections, fixing what she can safely to bring history to life.
This is a piece of living history, and to actually see some of these words, while maybe not perfect, that they were the spark of an idea for this experiment, and even to just play a very small part in getting to preserve that for hopefully the next 250 years is pretty special.
The Holt broadside may have been printed in history 250 years ago, but its story is still being told. New technology allows conservators like Moeller to learn more about the cotton rag paper, the lamp black ink, the pieces of our nation's history that give insight into life in the late 1700s.
With every hour that I'm working with this piece, it seems like something new is being revealed.
To celebrate America's 250th birthday and mark 250 years since its printing, the Holt broadside will be on display at the Cincinnati Museum Center from July 3rd to August 23rd. It will also feature many national treasures at that exhibit telling the story of our nation's history. Kelly Rippin, WLWT News 5.